Good evening to you all. And I would like to welcome you all for the sharing knowledge across the discipline online lecture series, Research Committee of Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka. This is Yodakandi Aryavansa, the coordinator of the Research Committee, Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka. As the coordinator, I would like to welcome all the participants for the session. It is my pleasure to welcome Senior Lecturer Ilukevala Dhammaratana Thera, the Dean of the Faculty of Buddhist Studies, Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka, and Professor Yamuna Herath, Department of Archaeology, Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka, and the Dr. Arunakirti Goigoda Gamage, and all the participants and my colleagues. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the session. Today, this is the sixth online lecture series of Research Committee, Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka. So I would like to make a brief introduction to the speaker of the session. The research person is Venerable Professor Lenagala Sirinivasa Thera. He will speak on the topic of a study on vegetarianism with reference to the chapter 8 of Lankavatara Sutra. He is obtained his bachelor from the University of California, and at the same time he has received the Royal Pandit degree from Oriental Studies Society Sri Lanka. He is a master degree holder from the University of Delhi, India, and completed his PhD from the Varanasi Hindu University. Currently, he is functioning as the head of the Department of Sanskrit, and he was the former dean of the Faculty of Language Studies, Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka. When it is concerning the research publication of the speaker, he has published numerous research articles in the national and international platform. As the book publications, following are the texts that he has published: The General Problems of the Indian Epistemology, Padartha Sahita Ashtasahasrika Prajna Paramita Sutra. It is the Singlish translation of the Ashtasahasrika Prajna Paramita Sutra. Gamana Ha Gamanantaya, Manaram Sadaham. It has several volumes. Following are the book publications of the Venerable Speaker: The General Problems of the Indian Epistemology, Padartha Sahita Ashtasahasrika Prajna Paramita Sutra, Gamana Ha Gamanantaya, Manaram Sadaham. It has several volumes. And finally, the Singlish translation of first chapter of the Atharva Veda. So before we move to the session, I would like to let you know, so after the research presentation, then it is time to the ask the questions and answer in session actually. So when you ask the questions, please concern the time and ask the questions shortly. And I hope you may understand the nature of the sessions like this. So I would like to welcome to the session Venerable Professor Lenagala Sirinivasa Thera, the head of the Department of Sanskrit, Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka, to present his research presentation to the research committee or this program. The topic will be the study on vegetarianism with reference to the chapter 8 of the Lankavatara Sutta.
Okay. Can I hear you?
Yes, when
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Can you hear me? Okay. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. I pay homage to the Buddha, the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the fully enlightened one. Good evening to you all. Thank you inviting me for this presentation. I would like to thank Venerable Yodakandi Arya Bansutero and the organizers. I highly appreciate the participants here, including professors, doctors, lecturers, and other academic persons. Thank you for this joining. I would like to discuss about Lankavatara Sutra. You can see the topic here. A study on vegetarianism with reference to the chapter 8 of Lankavatara Sutra, as our Venerable Yodakandi Arivansa there introduced. Let's see brief introduction. The chapter 8 of Lankavatara Sutra is devoted for the discussion of vegetarianism. In this chapter, Mahayanic concept of vegetarianism is discussed in details with 7 points. There are 7 points regarding this matter represented by the author. As explained in this text, it is useful to practice vegetarianism in day-to-day life. There are divergent views and explanations on vegetarianism in different Buddhist schools. In Mahayana tradition also, there are different opinions regarding this matter. Sometimes the environment, culture, region, and many other reasons are based on this diversity. In Theravada tradition, there are some points on this matter. In Jivaka Sutta, it is approved meat eating under the consideration of 3 facts: Tikoti Parisuddhi, not seen, not heard, and no doubt for taking life of a being for one's own meal, is called pure meat of 3 ends, Tikoti Parisuddhi. In Bhesajya Kandaka, some kinds of meat are recommended as a medicine, but not approved for the killing beings. In this discussion, I would like to clarify the views of Mahayana traditions of vegetarianism with reference to Lankavatara Sutra. As you all know, there are 10 kinds of meat forbidden by the Buddha. It is referred in Vesajja Kandaka. The flesh of the grave, elephant meat, horse meat, lion meat, tiger meat, the flesh of the leopard, dog meat, snake meat, bear meat, wolf meat. These are the 10 kinds of meat recommended by 10 kind of meats not recommended by the Buddha. This sutta is represented in the guise of a discourse of the Buddha. Mostly Mahayana sutras are connecting to the Buddha. They have put some lines Buddha expressed. This is the discourse of Buddha. In Lankavatara Sutra also we can see it is as a teaching of the Buddha through the dialogues of the Buddha. And Subhuti, there's a monk named as Subhuti. The concept of meat eating is discussed in details. The chapter has named as Mansa Bhaksana Parivartostama. Astama means 8th. This chapter is named as Mansa Bhaksana Parivarta. Parivarta means chapter. The chapter 8, which is reserved for the discussion of meat eating. Mahamati requested to the Buddha to preach the advances and disadvantages of meat eating with respect. Sometimes we will have a problem. Advances of meat eating. What are the advances? Let's see the text. Desye tume Bhagavan Tathagatorhan Samyak Sambuddho Mansa Bhaksane Guna Dosam. Guna and dosa, that is why I have put guna as advance. Dosa, disadvantages. Guna dosa. Yenaham chan necha bodhisattva mahasattva. Anagata pratyutpanna kale sattvanam travyada sattva gati vasana vasitanam mansa bhoja grudranam rasa trishna prahanaya dharmang desayama. Lankavatara Sutra, page number 244. So, in this sutra, we can see Subhuti is requesting to the Buddha, please teach us the advances and disadvantages of the meat eating. Buddha started to preach. It is emphasized here that the reason of meat eating is due to the greediness of taste. Bodhisattvas don't eat meat due to the removal of greediness in meat taste, but they are in the taste of Dhamma, with the compassion of all beings in the of one's own child. They, having engaged in the fulfillment of Bodhisattva Bhumis. Bodhisattva Bhumi means stages of Bodhisattvas. Yathachate Kravyada Bojina. This word is very important. I referred Monia Williams' dictionary to find the meaning of Kravyad. Kravya is a synonymous for the mangsa, meat. Kravya, other means eating. Kravyad bhojana. Sattva vinadya. Viragya also can be taken. Rasa trasnam dharma rasahara kankshaya Sarva Satvaika Putra Premanugata Mahamaitrim Pratilabhiram Pratilabhya Sarva Bodhisattva Bhumiso Yogya Shipra Manuttaram Samyak Sambodhi Male Buddhiran. It also taken from Lanka Avatara Sutra. Putra Sanya must be taken there to avoid the meat eating. Explaining the concept of one's own child, the author has pointed out that there is no one who is own mother, father, brother, sister, nephew, son, daughter, and other close relative in this birth cycle. Considering this point, one should not eat flesh of other beings. If someone eats meat, it is similar to eating meat of one's own relative. Iha mahamate anin sansaratam praninam nastyasau kastya sattva sulabharupo yo na mata bodh pitava bratava bhaginiva putrova duhita vanyataronyatarova swajana bandhu bhuto va tasya janma parivrittasrayasya pasu paksi yonyantara va sarva bhutatma bhutanupa gantu kamena sarva jantu prani bhuta sambhutam mangsam hata syad buddha dharma kamena bodhisattvena mahasattva. As we have to consider about the beings. All beings are very connected to us. They are relatives, relatives of us in this birth cycle. Therefore, we have to avoid myths explained in this paragraph. There are 7 points, as I mentioned earlier, given in this sutra to avoid meat eating. First one, relativeness. All sentient beings are constantly going through transmigration and stand to one another in every possible form of relationship. Some are living at present, even as the lower animals, while they so differ from us. Now, all are of the same kind as ourselves. To take their lives and eat their flesh is like more. Sarva Sattvaika Putra is Sarva Sattvaika Putra Sanya. The second one, compassion. Bodhisattva is full of compassion and he thinks others as if they are himself. Sarva Bhutatma Bhuta. Therefore, he avoids of meat eating. This great compassion. Kripatma. The word Kripatma is used for the compassion. He is full of compassion. Third one, eating meat causes for the entire transformation of the body. Due to that reason, the body emits an offensive and poisonous odor. Animals are keen enough to sense the approach of such a person. This is bad for the development of good qualities, of bodhisattva qualities. They can't practice compassion. Maitri Vihari, Bodhisattva Maitri Vihari. Due to meat, they can't practice bodhisattva quality. Anarya jana justa durgandha makirtikaratvat. When we eat meats, bad smell is emitting from our body. The animals can experience very fast. This person is a meat eater. He is always eating meat. They are very sensitive. Animals are very sensitive. Then they start to fight against him. They try to bite or attack to those persons. This is the third fact. Fourth one, the animals are frightened from him and try to attack or leave that person. It will be a cause for the damage of kind heart and friendly heart. Pisitasina sattva eva drustva swana prabhayanti. Swana means dogs. They attack or leave. They don't like to meet those persons who are eating meat. Fifth one, gods will not help him. This is the fifth point given by Lanka Avatara Sutra. No protection from the gods. Devata api chaimang pariti. And even gods avoid these persons. If someone eat meat, the gods will not pay attention to him. Normally, we consider gods are protecting us. If there's a person who are eating meat, he will not be protected by the gods. Sixth one, animal food is filthy. It readily decays, putrefies, and taints. It is filled with pollutions. Mruta sava durgandha pratikula samanya dapi mansa mabhaksham. Mansam abhaksham. We have to consider about the meat. These are the parts of the dead bodies. We should not eat dead bodies. It is poisonous. It is full of pollution. Therefore, we should not eat. Seventh one, the eater of meat shares in this pollution spiritually. He will lose the spiritual development as mentioned in Lanka Avatara Sutra. The first fact is already discussed above paragraphs. The second is very special fact related to the Bodhisattvas. It is compassion practiced by all the Bodhisattvas for the attainment of Buddhahood. The compassion in action may help to attain Buddhahood. If there is no compassion, it may be a disturbance to attain that position. Meat eaters don't have compassion, and the Buddhahood is far from them. It is mentioned in this manner, evam tavan mahamate tesu tesu jati parivartesu sattva sapna sanya sarva sattvaika putra ka sanya bhava nartham mangsam sarva mabhaksyam kripatmano bodhisattva bhaksyam mangsam kripatmano bodhisattva na bhaksyam mangsam. Third sign of bad smell. The body of meat eat person will become a place of rot and it starts to emit bad smell. The body becomes a where the dead bodies are kept without wrapping. Considering this matter, not eat meat. Fourth fact is the beings towards meat-eating persons in the sense of killing them. All other beings will avoid him, human beings. It is mentioned as follows. Udvejana kara kadapi mahamate bhutanam maitri mit yogino mangsang sarvamabhaksyam bodhisattvasya tad yathapi mahamate domba chandala kartadi cha chapi sitasna satva durata eva drustva svana prabhayanti varna praptas chaike bhavantyasmanapi machanti evameva mahamate anepi kabu jala sannisrita suksma jantavo mansasino darshana duradeva patuna granena graya gandham raksasaseva manusa druta mupa sarpayanti marana sandehas bhavanti. All the beings, animals are afraid of meat eat, also the victim of this person. That is why they avoid him. The beings that are living in this sky, on the earth and in the water, ka means sky, ka bu jala, bu means earth, jala means water, ka bu jala annisritan will leave the persons who are eating meat as if the dogs leave thieves, chandala people, low caste people, and cruel persons with the fear of death. Therefore, the bodhisattvas and yogis must observe the vegetarianism. The fifth fact is losing of the protection of the God, the blessing powers. Anare jana justa durganda makirtikarattvadapi mahamate anare jana vivarjitattvacha mansamabhaksham bodhisattvas rishi bhojanaharo mahamate arejano na mansa rudira mansamabhaksham Lanka Avatara Sutra, page 247. The noble persons always take Rishi Bhojana. Rishi Bhojana, this word is very important. The food which is suitable for sages, seers, in their day-to-day life. By this expression, the vegetarian food is emphasized. Non-vegetarianism is an anarya charya, or a behavior of wicked persons. The sixth fact is of body will occur due to meat eating. Animal food is filthy and it readily decays, putrefies, and taints with pollutions. Mruta sava durganda pratikula samanya dapi mansamabhaksham. This paragraph is taken from Lanka Sutra, page 249. Bodies are getting rot moment by moment, emit bad smell fast. Whoever eats the flesh of dead bodies becomes impure at once. As a result of eating meat, bad smell will come out from the mouth of meat eaters. Mukham chasya parama durgandha ihaiva tava janmani ityapi kritva mahamate tripatmana sarvam mansamabhaksyam bodhisattvasya. Therefore, the bodhisattvas must avoid meat eating, seeking the purity of body and mind. Suchikamasya yogina sarvam mansamabhaksyam bodhisattvasya. Lankavatara Sutra 248 page. Two reasons are given here to avoid meat eating by bodhisattvas. First one is compassion for others and oneself. Second one, spiritual development. Sarva yoga sadhanantara karayakara mityapi sama nupasyatam mahamate sa prartmahita kamasya mamsam sarva mabhaksyam bodhisattvasya. Saparatmahita, thinking about the progress of oneself and others. We should not eat meat. Considering the benefit of oneself and others, one should not eat meat. This idea is given by the line Saparatmahita kamasya. Further, it is mentioned that the meat eaters will not get good sleep and they will sleep and wake up with suffering. Dukkham sapiti, dukkham pratibudhyate. When the meditators meditate in forest or any other places where the human beings, the fear will arise in the mind of meat eating. In addition to that, some diseases such as rashes and wounds, which are full of worms, will with persons. They will experience many diseases in this birth and next birth as a result of meat eating. So also, they cannot concentrate the mind on listen, vipassana. This fact is explained as follows. Sunyagara titasya chaikakino rahogatasya viharatosya manusya stejo haranti. Untrasyati is a verb used in Buddhist Sanskrit text. Untrasyantyapi kadati santrasyantyapi. Santrasa makasma chapadyante ahare cha matram na janati. Krimi janto prachura pusa nidana kostascha bhavati vyadhi bahulam nacha pratikula sanyam pratilabhate. It is mentioned on page number 249. According to Lankavatara Sutra, once Buddha advised to his disciples about the inability of giving permissions of meat eating on children. Putra mansa vaisajya vadaharam desayans chaham mahamate katamiva narejana meva maneka dosa vaha maneka guna vivarjita manrusi bhojana pranita makalyam mansa rudhiraharam shishye sebyo nugnapsyami. With this expression, it is clear that the vegetarianism is highly appreciated by the Buddha. What is the food for disciples in the situation of avoiding meat? Clear explanation on this matter in this sutra. Anugnata van punaraham mahamate janasevita manarya jana vivarjita maneka guna vahaka maneka dosa vivarjita sarva purva rishi pranitam bhojanam yaduta sali yava bodhuma mudgama Masuraya mentioned some suitable foods. This is called, as I mentioned earlier, Rishi Bhojana. Sarpistai lama sarpistai la madhu panita guda matsa pandikadisu samupadyamanam Bhojanam kalyami kritva. Kalyam, the proper food of a Buddhist was adopted by all the previous saint followers of truth is rice, barley, wheat, all kinds of beans, clarified butter, oil. There was word thaila, honey, madhu, sugar, prepared in various ways. This food is named as yogi food, Rishi Bhojana, which is 100% vegetarianism. Then the Lankavatara Sutra has pointed out a story related to human flesh-eating king named as Singha Saudasa. There's a king named as Singha Saudasa. He was a meat eater, human flesh eater. Earlier, he was greedy of meat eating of animals. And later on, he wanted to taste even the human flesh. Then he turned into full-fledged greediness as eating, human flesh eating. Some spelling mistakes. As a result of this habit, he lost his reputation and respect. So also his kingship, he lost the kingship also because of human flesh eating. It is mentioned in this manner. Bhuta Purva Mahamate Atite Dvani Raja Bhut Singha Saudaso Nama Samangsang Bhojanaharati Prasangena Pratiseva Mano Rasa Trasana Paramataya Mangsani Manusyanyapi Bhaksitavan Tanidanam Cha Mitra Matyagnati Mitra Matyagnati Bandhu Vargenapi Parithakta Prageva Paura Jana Padai Swaraj Parityagacha Mahadvyasana Masaditavan Mansaheto. He lost everything because of eating human flesh and other meats of the beings. As a habit which was practiced in previous births, ate meat in their day-to-day life. There's another mention in this sutra. Nrupa Putra Purva Janma Mansada Dosa Vasanataya, because of the habit of eating meat in previous births. Manusyendra Bhuta Api, some kings, though they got the kinghood. Santo Mansa da Bhuvan. Santo Api. Santo Mansa da Bhuvan. they practice the eating. Because of vasana, connected to the previous verse, vasana means the habits. Dosa vasana taya means the habit will move birth to birth in this birth cycle. In this dialogue, Buddha explained to Mahamati that the human meat consumers, Manusa Mangsada, will live in future in the village named as Sapta Kutiraka, who are named as darker and darkins, cruel by nature. Sometimes they maybe the foresters eat human flesh. In future, the Buddha is explaining thing related to the future. In future, there may be darkins. These persons are eating human flesh in future. As elucidated in Lanka Sutra, the meat consumers will get birth in animal world or demon world in the form of cruelty. Mangsa rasa devasana taya Singha Vyagradvipi Vraka Taraksho Marjara Jambuko Lukadi Prachura Mangsada Yonisu Prachura Tara Visitasana Raksasadi Ghora Tara Yonisu Vinipatyante means will get birth in those animal lives. The Bodhisattva must not eat meat with the idea of compassion. Mansang sarva mabhakshayam kripatmano, as mentioned. Meat consuming is killing beings. Meat sellers kill the beings for the money, and the people who are greedy in meat eating kill the beings themselves. These two facts are given in Lankavatara Sutra as follows. Number 1, Mulya Hetori Mahamate Praya Pranino Niraparadino Vadhyante. Mulya Hetuno, for money. People will kill animals. Bucha, Jalachara, Pranino, beings in the sky who are living on the earth and who are living in the water. Second one, Rasa Trasnaya Mati Sevatam Mansani Manusanyanusair Bhakshante. Because of greediness, people will kill animals. They kill beings and then they eat those flesh. It is mentioned that even the monks in future will eat meat due to the greediness of meat. In Lankavatara Sutra, it is mentioned, page number 253. In future, the monks also eat. Bhavishyanti tu punarmahamate nagate Advani, anagate advani. Mama iva sasane pravrujitva sakya putriyatvam prati janana kasaya dvaja dharino moha purusha vitarko hata chetaso vividha vinayakalpa vadi Satkaya Drusti Yukta Rasa Trusna Sitas Tam Grantha Ishanti. Those monks will say that even the Buddha ate meat in his lifetime. They will produce some reasons. There is no any sin eating meat. Therefore we can eat meat. They will give many reasons to eat meat. Pranita bhojanesu choktam swayam chakila tathagatena paribhuktamiti. They will say Buddha also ate meat. See that line in Lankavatara Sutra has given in page number 254. Pranita bhojane suchoktam swayam cha kila tathena paramiti. Even the Buddha has taken meat in his lifetime. They will say, today, this forecast is becoming truth by the activities of some monks. They explained that the last meal of the Buddha was pork, sukara madhava, soft pork. Our idea is different from their view with the explanation of one kind of mushrooms. There is a kind of mushroom which is named as mushrooms, which are found underground by the pigs with the help of sniff. Even today, in European countries, this type of truffles are selling in high cost due to its high nutritious condition. The commentator, Buddha Gosa, Venerable Buddha Gosa, has explained the word Sukara Madhava as Rasayanam va, Sukara Mangsang va, Bhumi Papatakam va, with the meaning of chemical pork, chemical thing, or pork and mushroom, respectively. In the commentary of Buddha Gosa, he has mentioned 3 facts. He also had regard in this matter, or Rasayana, or Bhumi Pappataka. It is very clear that he also had a doubt on this topic in the period of our opinion for this is a type of mushrooms which are found by the pigs from the earth. In Lanka Sutra, it is clearly mentioned eating is for all the Buddhist disciples, though they are related to Mahayana or Hinayana. Mahayanam, Kulaputranam, Kuladuhitranam cha, Sarvayana, Samprastitanam, Sarva Sattvaika Putra Putraka Sanya Bhavanartham, Sarva Mangsa Pratisetham. In this paragraph, it is mentioned. Further, he explained that there is no any mention for approving meat eating in any sutra preached by the Buddha. Nacha Mahamate Putrachi Sutre Pratisevita Vyamit Pratisevitavyamityanognyatam Pranita Bhojane Suva Desitam Kalyamiti. In Lankavatara Sutra, it is mentioned that there is no any mention in sutras preached by the Buddha about the meat eating, giving permission for the meat eating. The concept of meat eating, which is pure by 3 circumstances, as mentioned above earlier, Trikoti Parisuddha Mangsa, and the approval of 10 kinds of meat, as I given earlier, are wrong as given in Theravada text books. Tatra Tatra Desana Pate Shiksha Padana Manupurva Baddham Nisreni Pada Vinyasa Yogena Trikoting Badva Na Taduddisya Krita Pratisiddhani Tato Dasa Prakurti Mrutanyapi Mansani Pratisiddhani. He is explaining that that Trikoti Parisuddha Mansa is not approved by the Buddha. In Lankavatara Sutra, page number 255, it is mentioned here. This is not preached by the Buddha. This is his idea. According to Lankavatara Sutra, original teaching of Buddha is not to eat meat in any occasion or circumstance. Ihatu Sutre Sarvena Sarvam, Sarvatha Sarvam, Nirupayena Sarvam, Pratisiddham, Yatoham Mahamate, Mansa Bhojanam, Na Kasyachit Danugnata Van Nanugnana Mina Jnana Minanugnyasyami Akalyam Mahamate Pravrjitana Mansa Bhojanamiti Vadami. The monks should not eat meat. In this sutra it is mentioned clearly. Akalyam Mahamate Pravrjitanam Mansa Bhojanamiti Vadami. Buddha emphasized these facts while practicing vegetarianism as a precept. It is to be practiced as a precept. Soham Mahamate Sarva Sattvaika Putra Sangni Sam Kathamiva Saputra Mangsa Manugnasyami Paribhoktum Sravakebhya Kuta Eva Swayam Paribhoktum. So how I can recommend to the monks for meat eating, because I am teaching, think all beings as your own relatives. Then how can I recommend to the monks for meat eating? Thus, rejecting the meat eating, the Buddha advised to the monks to take food of dharma as their favorable food. Dharmaharahi Mahamate Mama Sravaka Pratyeka Buddha Bodhisattvascha Namisahara Prageva Tathagata. We should have dharmahara instead of eating meat. Buddha emphasized that idea in Lankavatara Sutra, page number 255. The word prageva means nothing to say. Oh, exactly. The disciples of the Buddha, second Buddhas and Buddhas are extremely practiced vegetarianism. So the Buddha is extreme practitioner of vegetarianism. The chapter it is concluded with 24 verses, which were composed as a summary of concept on meat eating. As pointed out in those verses, meat eating is a cause for the suffering in the hell, getting birth many times, and also it is an obstacle for the attainment of liberation, as if the last raga. Few verses are given below. I have taken it from Lankavatara Sutra. These are very important verses. Labhartam hanyate sattva mangsartham diyate dhanam ubhau tau papakarmanau pacchete rauravadiso. Verse 9. Yotikramya munirvakyam mangsam bhakshati durmati lokadvaya vinasartam dikshita sakya sasane. Verse number 10. Trikoti suddha mangsam vai akalpita mayachitam achoditam cha naivasti Tasman mangsang bhakshate bhakshayet. Verse number 12. Yathaiva rago moksasya antaraya karo bhavet tathaiva mangsa madhyadya antaraya karo bhavet. Verse number 20. These verses are ended with the idea of vegetarianism, as the meat eating produces bad influence to the liberation. Tasman na bhakshen mangsa mudvejana karam druna moksha dharma Virodhatva Dharyanami Vai Dvaja. Verse number 24. Conclusion. According to the concept of Lankavatara Sutra, meat eating is a cause for the deterioration of mundane and supramundane life. Here is the bibliography. I use Lankavatara Sutra. City Press, Kyoto, Japan. Studies in the Lankavatara Sutra dissects Taitero Suzuki, George Root and Sons Limited, London. Thank you very much.
I would like to thank to the resource person, Venerable Professor Lenegala Srinivasa Thera, for presenting his research presentation on a study on vegetarianism with reference to the chapter 8 of the Lankavatara Sutra. So finally, I would like to thank you all, especially for all the deans of the university, Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka, and all the participants. And I am repeating, I express my sincere gratitude to all. Thank you very much.